My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Welcome to the Agrihood. Carnes Crossroads is a new home community with a farm-to-table lifestyle. Just outside of Charleston, here, community is defined by gathering together and our deep connection to nature. Our future farm and amenities are taking root and blooming into something you've always dreamed of in a fun, healthy, and social environment. Come home to the Agrihood, where you can plant roots and thrive.
Learn more at carnescrossroads.com.
Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Join us as we seek the truth and travel the long road to justice. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi Fruit Loop. What you know?
We have cold weather coming in. I told you guys. I love cold weather.
Okay. Can I just say, before I went to bed last night, I had to run out to my car in my shorts and t-shirt, which I slept in. This morning, I had to run out to my car in my shorts and t-shirt, and I opened the door and I said, nope.
It's
not
cold.
gonna happen. It was cold. It was snowing in Asheville.
Yeah.
I wanted to ride up today just to see it, but then I thought I'd probably wreck my Jeep and,
Yeah.
And I hate
it's getting cold and I love it.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to last, though. I think it's maybe a few days. Then we're kind of back up in the 50s and 60s.
It's just got to kill some of these bugs.
Yes, I know. It's like living in the Congo around
mosquitoes.
Here, right?
Oh,
I know.
I hate them.
We're like 40s and 50s here out. Ugh.
Yeah.
Time for me to go somewhere warm. So we want to give a shout out to our sponsor who has generously donated a giveaway t-shirt pillow for our true crime feud that is going to be live this Saturday at 7:30.
Yep. And remember, guys, if you can't just comment and say Team Fruit Loop or Team Gigi, you've got to click that link and register there so we have your name in the system.
Mm-hmm. I do think that my constant watching of Forensic Files as I go to sleep is going to work in my favor.
It might, but we're both competitive, so
we are both very competitive.
Yeah, I compete at Monopoly and checkers. I don't like to lose. So
yeah, we have fun with board games. So you guys have to tune in, and whichever team wins, one person who joined that team will have a chance to win a t-shirt pillow. You can look behind me right here. This is the size of it. I should grab it real quick.
Yeah, you'll be entered in the drawing, and we'll do that live, and then we'll get in contact with you.
If you can see, it's kind of hard on here, but there's so much work.
Yeah,
like patterns and stuff, and it's just really pretty, and it is super comfy. It's big, and check this out on the back. Really easy to take that apart and wash. So sign up, guys.
Yeah, sign up so you can possibly win that pillow or a pillow of your choice.
You'll love it. It is my favorite pillow. I only put it there for the episodes, and then I take it back to the living room. So we want to give a big thank you to Leanne and Debbie both for your PayPal donations. We really appreciate that. We're going to put that to good use for this podcast.
And where can they go to for our sponsor?
twocooltshirtquilts.com/pretty lies and alibis. And what can they do, Fruit Loop?
They can take your t-shirts and make them into a quilt that is too cool.
Yes. And Andrea is too cool. So thank you.
Yep.
Fruit Loop, why don't you explain to them what you were thinking? Because we have way over 100 episodes now, which is crazy to think about, but we do.
Yeah, we have like 170 something, I think.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's a
That's
lot.
awesome.
So we always have people contact us or send us a message looking for a certain episode And recently, since we went and did the look back, it's been a little bit more contact from you guys. So what we're in the process of doing is on our website, which we have to...
Yeah. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have each case is going to have its own page, and we're going to have all the episodes that we've done about that case, as many as we can find. Sometimes they're broken and we may have like half of one. But anyways, we're going to have like a one-stop shop for each case where eventually we'll put documents that we get on there. We have the new documents with means disqualification up there now, but we're growing it, and we just want it to be where when you want to look up something about Lori and Chad's case, you go to that page, here's the episodes, and then here's filings and documents.
Yeah, and it's going to have the link to either listen to it or the link to take you to YouTube. So
right. And remember, YouTube, we only started doing a couple of months ago, maybe regularly. So all of them won't be on YouTube. For well over a year, we just did spoken. So, but I'm glad we started YouTube. The people really like it, I think.
Yep.
Except for a couple, but forget them. All right. So today. Okay.
Yeah, this was fun.
Oh man.
We were waiting. Everybody was holding their breath for this.
Yeah, we were waiting, and the clock was ticking, and I was like, it's coming. So Mark Means tweeted for the first time today since being disqualified. So he says he has a quote and a picture of John Adams. And he said, it says here, President John Adams once said, counsel ought to be the very last thing that an accused person should want in a free country. That a persons whose lives were at stake ought to have the counsel they preferred. Then there's a picture of John Adams, and it says, liberty once lost is lost forever. Okay, so immediately I think of Hamilton and that John Adams song, and I posted it because that's how I roll. But here's the full quote, and I don't know that Mark Means read the full quote because it's not as serving as he may have thought. So the full quote, I had no hesitation in answering that counsel ought to be the very last thing that an accused person should want in a free country, that the bar ought, in my opinion, to be independent and impartial at all times and in every circumstance, and that persons whose lives were at stake ought to have counsel they preferred. But he must be sensible. This would be as important a cause as ever tried in any court or country or world, and that every lawyer must hold himself responsible not only to his country, but to the highest and most infallible of all tribunals for the part he should act. He must therefore accept from me no art or address or some John Adams word there in such a cause.
That's some old English.
It is old English, nor anything more than fact, evidence, and law would justify. But I think when you read that, every lawyer must hold himself responsible not only to his country, but to the highest and most infallible of all tribunals for the part he should act. So I'm just saying, it kind of remind me when like people cherry pick the Bible.
I think he should have read
leave the rest out.
Yeah.
So anyways, so he tweeted, Twitter went crazy. And what's funny is that just today, the state files this motion that he needs to be quiet, essentially. And what does he do? He tweets.
Yeah, he couldn't help it.
Are you worried that as this goes on, that he's not going to be able to help himself? Because you have to think about what he knows about Lori and Chad.
Yeah, he basically knows everything that happened and everything they've said. I mean, he obviously knows the Lori's defense. Like he knows what they're gunning for, and how they're going to try to persuade the jury that she's innocent, which we all know she's not. But yeah, he knows a lot.
He also knows whatever Chad's told him. So this could get hairy. Now, I did look up some stuff about what would happen if he really just like got on a YouTube live and spilled it. It could be criminal charges from what I understand, but let's hope it doesn't go that far. So there's going to be a hearing about this. There's going to be a hearing about essentially the state wants to make sure he's not going to talk to anybody.
Hush, Mark.
Yeah. The hearing is going to be at 5:00 Eastern this Wednesday, and it will be live streamed. So we will cover that for sure.
Wonder if he'll be on there.
No.
Probably not, right?
I don't think so. All right. But before we get into that big filing, just recently, I just got the filing right before we went on. The state filed a motion to dismiss the misdemeanor charges in Madison County against Lori. Now, these are resisting and obstructing officers, solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court. So we have a lot of our listeners wondering why. Why would they dismiss these charges? Well, I talked to somebody and then, who knows this stuff. And they said they're not worth pursuing at this point, as hard as that is to hear. These related to her not bringing JJ and Tylee to the courthouse or presenting them, that kind of thing. The maximum, at this point, Idaho has the death penalty on Chad. Lori will likely get the same when she has her first appearance, her arraignment and everything. The max penalties on the charges in Madison were up to 1 year and up to 6 months. So technically, she could have gotten probation on those charges, considering everything. That's what was told to me.
That's crazy.
They're not. They're not worth it. And it's hard to say because we all believe she's worthy of every charge that they've stuck on her. But sometimes you kind of got to let the small fish go to try to get the big fish. And that's sort of what this is. You don't want her getting probation on anything. You may as well just dismiss her.
She's going to be in prison the rest of her. She'll be in prison the rest of her life. So
this is not. I'm not super worried about this, but we did have some listeners who were quite concerned. But it's just kind of little league charges now, misdemeanors up to a year. When the max penalty she's likely facing is death. So you see what I'm saying. All right. So what happened today?
So Lindsay Blake and Rob Wood filed a motion to clarify or in the alternative to extend the court's protective order. They're asking for the court to amend an existing protective order which restricted the public spreading of discovery by defendant Lori Vallow Daybell and attorney Mark Means. So specifically, that's a weird word. Specifically, the state requests. I know, right? The state requests that the court clarify its current protective order prohibits the spreading of discovery and public commentary by Lori and her now former counsel as required by Idaho Rule of Professional Conduct 1.9, or in the alternative, extend the existing protective order to prohibit the same. So the reasons are there's an ongoing concern that privileged information and documents could be disclosed to third parties and or the public as outlined in the state's original motion as ordered by the court. Basically, we know he said all kind of stuff. So the discovery in this matter remains voluminous and contains many confidential, sensitive documents and information that a reasonable person would find to be an invasion of privacy if disclosed. Third, there is also concern that improper disclosure of witnesses' personal information could result in safety concerns for witnesses and potential witnesses. For the public discussion of discovery, the defense theory of the matter or the statements of the defendants can cause irreparable harm to both parties when done outside the rules of professional conduct or without permission from co-counsel or the courts. So do you want to pick up what the rule states?
Yeah, I would love to.
You got it.
Right now I'm very distracted by the fact that you're not synced up.
So 5.
Okay, we're on 5. Okay.
I'm not
so you're not synced up. your voice and your mouth They're way off.
My signal's good here.
Okay, I think you just rejoined. You look like one of them dubbed movies that we used to watch in the 80s. Okay, so number 5, Idaho rule. Oh, yeah, same. Idaho Rules of Professional Conduct states a lawyer who has formally represented a client in a matter or whose present or former firm has formally represented a client in a matter shall not thereafter use information relating to the representation of the disadvantage of the former client except as these rules would permit or require with respect to a client or when information has become generally known or reveal information relating to the representation except as these rules would permit or require with respect to a client. All right, number 6, former counsel Mark Means, without a discussion with co-counsel Jim Archibald, filed motions publicly discussing confidential information related to Lori Vallow, her case, and her communications with him. The state respectfully requests for good cause shown that this court clarify its existing protective order prohibits the disclosure of the discovery and public comment on Lori Vallow Daybell or her case by former counsel Mark Means without prior authorization from the court or the defendant's counsel Jim Archibald, or in the alternative extend the existing protective order to prohibit outlined conduct by former counsel Mark Means.
So that's a quiet, Mark. I mean, it's a legal. It's a legitimate argument.
It really is, because you think about how this could be a huge disaster if he, went 50 Shades of Grey and just did like a show where he tells everything he knows. I don't think he would do that, but still, they're worried that he's going to talk, and he, people have theorized he's been the source of a couple of leaks already. So I understand and then, you get a tweet where he's saying that a defendant should have counsel of choice. Well, yeah, but when there's a conflict, you kind of toss that out. That's going to be something big down the road that would be an appeal issue. So we'll stop here and say that we have a paid sponsorship with BetterHelp. And we're wondering, is something preventing you from achieving your goals? And is there something that interferes with your happiness? Check out betterhelp.com/whattheworld. And I'm going to do this soon because I think we all need some kind of therapy on some level. So I'm going to do it. I'm really excited. And what they'll do is they'll assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. And I really love the idea of not having to get out and go to an office. I think it would probably be more successful doing it in your own home where you're comfortable. You feel safe here. So this is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's actual professional counselors doing this securely online. And even better, it's affordable. You can go to the website and check out the testimonials posted daily on their site. Yeah. And we want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener of ours, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/whattheworld. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/whattheworld. So we're going to move on to some things that Lori Hellis had in her latest newsletter. Have you got to read it yet?
Yeah, I love her.
I do too. She's great. All right. So she explained in her newest newsletter that Archibald must try and maintain an attorney-client relationship as normal as possible, even though Lori's incompetent. So one thing we've all kind of said is, is it legal to watch these hearings? She's entitled to be informed about her case and consulted about her wishes at every turn still, according to Lori Hellis.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean she's competent, but she's allowed to be as involved as much as she's able to be. And when asked about perjury charges and disbarment charges against Mark Means, she said it's possible. she thinks is possible, because if you notice in that last filing, they mentioned perjury like 3 times. They were making clear in that filing that they felt like he had committed perjury, and that's kind of how I read it. Is that how you read it?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we were thinking it was going to be really quiet this month with this case, and boy, were we wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you can't look at the judge and lie, and that's what he did.
Nope.
I mean,
That's Rob Wood was like, I still need
Yeah.
that in a gift.
Exactly. So we did have there was a couple of people asked a couple of things. Is this considered a gag order?
I mean, I guess it's as close as you could get.
I mean, for the
just
judge
don't-
to tell Mark Means to hush.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. This stuff was filed today, and then he tweets.
Yeah.
It almost, you know what I'm saying? It really looks like he's telling them, I'm not going to be quiet. She wants me as her attorney. I'm going to take pieces of a John Adams quote and post it. So I don't know. This is something to watch.
Okay, here's the deal.
I don't know if he has the self-control to just walk away.
Yeah. So we know from past experiences with her in court, she kind of does what she wants to do. It seems like Means has picked up some of her playbook.
Yeah, well, it's been unconventional from the start. I mean, I don't even know if maybe 1 or 2 filings, maybe after all this time, that actually the judge listened to and granted, and they weren't even that big. But I knew that one filing where he was really laying hard on the LDS church specifically. I said, that's taking it kind of way over here, and you're throwing out allegations, but they're not fact driven. And that can be damaging. What if a potential juror reads that? I mean, there's a whole lot of things wrong with it. What do you think, Fruit Loop? Do you think he's going to keep going?
I mean, he's done stuff in the past that were so not conventional for an attorney. I kind of, with Lori Hellis's explanation about Archibald maintaining an attorney-client relationship as normal as possible, she has not had that yet.
Yeah, no, it's very
this will be interesting.
Here is the tweet. You can't really see it too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he used a John Adams quote. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But from what I read, like in extreme cases, there can be criminal charges. So
yeah. And we did have people ask for us to keep them updated on Mark Means' Twitter, because not a lot of people have Twitter.
Yeah, no, I got his little alert set to go. Every time he tweets, I need to find a good sound effect to go with his tweets.
Yeah. So the other thing that people were asking is Means going to be the first to write a book on this whole case?
He'll have to wait till it's all over, though. He's got to wait till these trials are over. He can't. Kirk Nermy did one after Jodi Arias. I mean, he wrote a book about being her defense attorney, and they hated each other, but still, I guess once the trial is over and the verdicts have been read and they're in prison, I don't know how, I know it's not usually like something they encourage, but I don't think he'll be able to help himself.
No, I don't. He's like, I bet you as a kid, he had to have the last word. So like when he was, with his arguing with his siblings or his parents, it was kind of like he always had to have the last word.
Oh yeah. Kind of like me. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So we're excited about our Saturday thing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to be here. And
I've laughed at the comments because they'll say, I'm so sorry, Fruit Loop, but I had to go with Gigi. Or they'll say, I'm so sorry, Gigi, I had to go with Fruit Loop.
I know. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been
You're
funny.
Essentially picking the same person. We're a team.
Yeah.
It just makes it a little funner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not going to go add up who's got more, because then
No.
Oh, man. We're going to have fun. So anyways, I mean, I guess that's kind of what we have for this, because this This all came today, y'all.
Let's see what his tweet is in the morning.
Yeah. Let's see if he has any sleep on it remorse.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So y'all can check us out at www.prettyliesandalibis.org. That's our website. Like we said, we're still getting that other stuff up to date for you, so you don't have to look so far.
Yeah.
I was shocked a little bit of people hadn't heard of some cases.
Yeah.
But then I think, well, I understand.
Yeah. You find the ones that sound good to you and, you go with those. Yeah. But we're going to be looking into this young girl that hasn't been reported missing for 2 years. And then now they're saying she's missing. There's a lot of red flags there. Obviously, we're going to dive into that. Had a couple of listeners refer us to some stories. We're looking into that. We're going to tomorrow. We didn't have time last week to do the wrap up for Murdaugh and Duggar. And so we're going to do that tomorrow to get all of our wrap ups out of the way. Delphi murders, we're starting that this week. We're going way back to day one. We're going to start covering that. And
our first missing person Saturday deal is going to be Orrin and Orson.
Yeah.
I look at that a little bit.
I think about those kids once a day.
Yeah.
I mean, how
they just disappeared?
How did the kids? Everybody's somewhere. It's like how are 2 children just like this girl? 2 years and nobody has said, where is she? No friends, no teachers, family members. It blows my mind. I don't know what's going on in that case. So we're going to be looking into that kind of stuff. If you have a case that you think we would do a good job covering, please inbox us. We want to know what you guys want to learn about. So we'll find some good stuff to cover between us and y'all.
International as well. Our international listeners.
Yeah. Exactly. And then I'm trying to find out if, there's the incompetency exam for Ariel Robinson here in Greenville, who killed Victoria Rose. I'm trying to find out if there is a court date schedule or like a trial date, a hearing date. I want to go sit in some of those hearings. So I'm working on that. I'm going to go down to the courthouse actually tomorrow. See what I can find. So we got a lot of stuff. This is going to be a big, big year for us, guys. We just want to grow. And since it is New Year, we just want to thank you guys for your constant, nonstop support last year. We grew in ways we never imagined we would grow. And we grew with amazing listeners. So we appreciate you. If you know somebody who likes true crime, send our link. If you watch us on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And so we got a lot of plans. We're going to do some fun stuff this year to break up the monotony. And if you have ideas, shoot them our way. Hope you guys
are going to go back and do the cooking thing though.
Yeah, we got to do that. That would be so fun.
That was fun. Yeah.
It was fun. We just had to figure out how to do it and how to have the camera and that kind of thing. So we'll start doing those and any kind of ideas. We're going to have some professional pictures made soon too at an old abandoned jail here in Greenville.
Yep.
That's going to be fun. Yep. All right, guys, we are done for the night. We just wanted to bring you today's developments with Mark Means and these filings. So who knows? We might be back here tomorrow talking about more Mark Means sweets. We shall see. Have a good night, guys.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.